Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name is Tom Novak, and today is April 2nd of 2025. It's Wednesday. It's 41 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 degrees Celsius, wind chill at 32 degrees F or 0 C because the wind is fierce out there. That's why I was all bundled up today with my vest. We're going to tackle my arch nemesis, Myrtis Communis, and yes, Kevin's back in town. Kevin, you're stealing the show here. Well, Kevin wants to say hello to everybody. Come on, Kevin. Oh, there we go. Say hello. Everybody, hello. And then we're going to have I'm going to show my arrivals. Now, the Myrtis Communis is a true myrtle. It has white flowers. It grows 2 feet or 0.6 meters to 3 feet or 0.9 meters tall, likes light shade and full sun. Then I'm going to show you my arrivals first, because I was asked by a viewer if I ever, my angel wings, and they never took. They did take, I gave a couple away, but then in the winter months they just died back. So today I'm going to try them again because I ordered them about 3 times after that and nothing grew. So we're going to try. I got this one from Renee's Gardens. And this one we're not going to do it until the weather warms up a little bit more. They say it takes a while, but we're going to use our azus on top of the seeds to see if that'll help them germinate. And then with a special project, I had an idea how to use flourish glue. Now this is for aquarium plants to attach moss and plants to rocks, driftwood, or even gravel. But I have an idea what we can do. So that'll be next. That'll be on another video. So now let me put this all in here. Kevin wants to hog the show. I don't know about Kevin. So then I got my big bag of azus, 6-ounce bag, and then I got a 1-pound bag of my miku, so I always have it. So let's get cracking here because Kevin's going to be a rowdy mess here. Kevin. So I get my spoon out. I'm going to put my mikus on the side. We're going to dust the roots today with the azus. So here's our Myrtis Communis. I got this from Ted's greenhouse. And yes, Kevin wants to be on camera. We're gonna cut it, but we're gonna put it into this big pot because I want it to grow. And I got the pot filled with perlite. This is a hanging basket pot, but in the middle here I got the unmilled sphagnum moss for drainage. But I got the perlite about this high in the pot because I want it to be more lightweight. Kevin, you're being a dreadful nuisance today. So I'm going to prune this a little bit. I'm going to put some water into my container here with Mr. Elephant. Mr. Elephant says hello to all the kitties. Because the clippings, we're going to try to grow them. Now, I never have success with this one, but I've tried this plant maybe 16 times. So, Kevin, how can people see me cut this with you in the way? And I just fed you, knucklehead. Come on. Attaboy. So, I'm going to take this out. And this I got from Ted's greenhouse out in Tinley Park. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cut into a Y. What I do is I let the scissors go back, and once I hit the resistance on the branch below, I cut it. So let's put that in there. Yep, you can hear Kevin crying. I don't know what he wants. He's just being bored today. This one we're going to cut back to about here. We're just going to trim them helter-skelter like because I don't know how it's going to grow and if I can get it to grow, but we're going to try. We're just going to put them in. Not worried about anything right now. Not worried about form or shape. We're just going to get some of these to cut back a little bit. You can see how they look. But the flowers are supposed to be scented. I don't know if the leaves, if you rub them in your fingers, if they're scented, but we're just going to trim it back because we're gonna not do a lot of work on the roots because I want this to get growing. Now I'm going to push that in water so it soaks in water so it gets really hydrated. Now this one is cut back to here. This one's a little, I don't need this one down here. Then we'll just throw them in. We'll just loosen up the canopy a little bit. We'll just get some of the stuff that's growing on the inside. Take that one back a little more. Don't put it in upside down, Tom. And this one we're going to cut back to here. We're just going to dress it up. Cut them back, just for now. And yes, I got my water aged. I used the aquarium water, dechlorinator, I mean. Gotta get it close down if you're gonna cut it. And then we're gonna take our water that's dechlorinated and put it in. They gotta get hydrated. They got some. So on the bottom you can see where the roots came out and they dried because I had it out. So what we're going to do is just squeeze the pot. Then you're going to say, Tom, what about these branches down here? Well, let's get it out first and let's see what's going on. So what I can do is take my shears of the roots and just cut off these dried roots here because they were nice and moist, but when they're out, when I had them out, at least they dried so they prune themselves, so to say. You can see how nice it is. Just gonna use our fingers to see where the top is. Now we could leave these branches on to give it some vim and vigor, but I think maybe we can cut them off. But if you want to develop the trunk more, we can use these. So let's get our chopstick and just scrape it to see where we're at. And it's got a lot of fine feeder roots, which is good. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to cut this root ball off to about here. Just get some of those heavies off. You can see what Ted's mix. I think he's got a regular potting mix in this. Yep, that's what he has. And we cut this massive piece off. And all I'm going to do is scratch the surfaces of the root ball because I want the roots to come out and to know, hey, I'm not going to be stuck in here in a new pot and then circle around because I'm afraid to go out. And we're just going to put it in. I'm going to put this on the side. I can put that into the pot for now. So I can put the soil in there. Just like that. And then we're going to take our pot. We're going to get our cactus mix in here. From Ted's. Here we go. Get a measuring cup. And we shall fill it. And I like Ted's cactus mix for bonsai. It's got a nice combination of lava rock, perlite, and cocoa core. And with the perlite on the bottom, it's going to make for drainage, but it's also going to make the pot lighter for me to handle. And before I put the tree in, Mr. Clock says, Tom, you better get a move on because people are going to get bored by this long video. So Mr. Clock says it's 7 a.m. in the morning. Thank you, Mr. Clock. I'm going to take a tablespoon of Dr. Earth and put it in there. It's a 222 fertilizer. And I'm putting it towards the bottom more so I can have the roots search for the fertilizer. And then we're just going to mix it in. Mix it, mix it, mix it. There we go. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Okay, so there. That's all in. And then our little tree will have a lot of room to grow. But what are we going to do first? Before we put it in, we're going to open up our our Azus. And this expires 3/5 of 2026. Well, Tommy, you didn't cut it enough to open it. I should have cut it before the video to save some time. Because I think everybody knows how to cut a bag open. Aha, I still didn't cut it enough. Either that or my fingers are no good or they got it really sealed. There we go. Beautiful, and it's got a measuring cup in there, so that's good. But right now, I got my spoon here. I don't want to contaminate nothing with it. And we're just going to take our Azus, that's our beneficial bacteria, and put it on the root ball. Just like that. And roll the root ball into the Azus. There we go. Now we're going to put the rest of our potting mix in there. You're going to say, Tom, you're going to use up all your Ted's cactus mix. No, because I went out and I bought another bushel of it. And for a bushel of cactus mix, everybody spends all this big money on all this fancy schmancy bonsai soil mix. And I don't know how much they spend a lot of money on. I know it's expensive, but for Ted's, I get a bushel of this for $12.99. So that's not bad at all. Put that in there. See, on these pots, they have like a little lip in there, so it's a hanging basket, so the water stays in there, so that for them to dry, not to dry out too much, and for the roots to take water in because they're up in the air and the wind's drying everything out. But we don't need that for this. because we're not going to hang it. Just like that. There we go. Rule of thumb, when you're doing something like this, level with the soil or a little above. Why is that? Because you don't want to be sitting, you don't want the tree to be like up to here. Say you're in water, you're not comfortable staying up that high, right? You'd rather have it about chest high. So there we go. And then we're going to put the date on this tag. And I'm also going to make another tag with my vinyl blind. But I use pencil because I like pencil better. I don't know, for some reason the markers just wear off and pencil lasts a long time. But get a good pencil like an HB or a 2H. Something with good lead. Not the real light stuff. So let's get Mr. Elephant and let's water him in. Water her in. Because she flowers, and so I call them her. And we're just going to water it in. We're going to hope the micus and everything else takes effect. And with this spring planting, it should bring out nice roots. Now there's a debate whether you should do all your planting in spring or fall. And according to the Arbor Day Foundation, and to me, and to all my research, well, what I learned in landscape school was fall is the best time to plant trees in the ground. I think it's the best time to plant your bonsai trees. Why is that? That's because in the summertime, or in the springtime, your roots start growing, it's cooler, but then it gets warmer and your tree has to be in that hot summer sun. So it's going to be a little iffy growing. And the root system and the tree will have a hard time in the summer months. Well, that's natural because of the heat and everything. But in the fall, everything's cool. The tree starts to go down into dormancy. The roots start to grow and take hold in the soil. It gets to relax for the winter months. Then in the spring, it flushes out growth because you can see when people put in trees in the summertime, the landscapers, the tree doesn't grow, right? Well, sure, because the roots have to get established. And with the heat, they're trying to give the tree a lot of water. That's why they want you to water it. And then in the following year, because the roots will get settled into the fall and start growing real nice into the cool weather, into the cool soil. And then in the spring, you'll see everything flush and growing good. That's why a lot of perennials, when you plant them late in the like in the late spring or summer months, they don't flourish as fast and they don't grow as fast. But it's all right. I mean, annuals, they just grow. You plant them, they grow. So let's give it a little more water so we can rinse everything down. And it's good to get a turntable. If they got any at the stores you go to that are on sale, like Home Goods or TJ Maxx or garage sales, grab one because it's always good to use. So there you go. That's our little true myrtle, our myrtle communis. So later on, when it gets a little warmer, we'll do the angel wings, and then we'll do our project with the florist glue because I had an idea and maybe it'll work. I don't know. We'll try it. So you take care, everybody. Fingers crossed. Hope she grows. I have to give her a nice little name. What can I call her? We're going to call this one Diane. We'll give it a personalized name. And that way there, Diana, from the song, Diana. Please wait for me, Diana. I forgot who sang that, but that was in the days. So you take care, everybody. Today's Wednesday. Have a nice hot cup of tea tonight. Have your morning coffee. Have a hot cup of tea tonight to relax with. Watch one of your favorite videos or read or whatever you want to do, because today is Wednesday night and Wednesday is potluck night. So you take care, everybody. There's a little lightning and thunder out there. It's still dark, as you can see, at 7 o'clock or 7:10 right now. So take care and have a good rest of the day. And hey, with the rain, don't get sad. You can do work in the house. Work on your trees. Take care.